You ever regret your entire life in one small moment?
Clicking the record button.
Several large moments, not necessarily one small one.
All right.
Every time I hit the Z key.
It's an embarrassment of 1,000 cuts.
Every time you have to use the eraser tool or the Z key to undo something, you're embarrassed.
At least when you press Control Z, you feel like you have control over the situation. It's not just Z. Is the
Oh, yeah,
proper
that's true.
pronunciation of that word, by the way, or letter. Anyways,
Oh, well.
hello everyone, and welcome to the Thrawn's Revenge 11th anniversary stream thing. We're going to be playing some 1.0 of Imperial Civil War, and then eventually we're probably going to switch over to some 1.1 of Ascendancy and get everyone else in on this. But I am Corey, the lead developer, and joining me today are the majority of the team. We have in order down the page there on the right, we have Endkar,
Yo.
Dave, Pox,
Hello.
Scarecrow.
That's me.
Calling him a dev is generous, but he's here. Sleverd,
More of a demigod.
he's a former
Hello.
tester. At the bottom of the totem pole. And Slorny.
Hi.
Alright, so we have a true international coalition going on here. But if you have any questions while we do this in the stream there, you can put them in the chat. I've got the chat up on the screen. We'll answer whatever we can. I'm going to try to steer away from the specific content questions and address that kind of stuff during the playthroughs and try to keep it more to stuff that we can discuss, maybe get into heated arguments over. And maybe we'll talk about the merits of the new canon versus the old canon, stories of the last 11 years of theoretically wasting our lives, and any of you feel free to jump in at any moment so I don't have to keep thinking of things to say, please.
You're out on your own right now.
Okay, well, what else is new?
I have something. Did we have the link for this, by the way?
You did.
I don't have the link.
Just look in the main Discord and then in the Corey Losers channel there, and then you click the button.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So hello everyone there in the chat. I guess the first thing we should do is go through all of you and say what you do. So that's something I don't have to do. I do a little bit of everything. Go, Endkar.
I'm the artist for doing 3D vehicles and also concept.
He most recently did the Peltist. Well, most recently. That was his first thing. And now he's working on the Empire of the Hand defense station. Or one of them. Dave?
Well, I'm an XML coder. My main passion lies with the Dashcam League, and that's not a secret. I've done the newer version, or at least the base for the newer version of the what's the name? The Stars Align Galactic Conquest, and basically expanded that Dashcam League.
And is Pox next? I think Pox is next.
Yeah. I'm the Lua scripter, and I did things like the raid fleets, and what else do we have? That display structure script, is that even still in the latest version? I don't know.
Yep.
Okay. Then I did things like the single unit retreat, which is pretty much the most recent project we have been working on.
Katana mission.
And-
Raid fleet.
Oh, yes. I think I mentioned Raid Fleet. But yeah, Katana mission I did as well. And Corey and I have been working on that Galactic Conquest editor.
Yep. People keep asking when we're going to be releasing that. Right now we have the one version that's got some base functionality that I use to set up the GCs for 2.2, but it wouldn't be super useful to anyone who didn't already know how to make a Galactic Conquest entirely. So eventually we will get that out for everyone to use, but right now it's still very bare bones, and we recently restarted it entirely for reasons
Yeah.
that I don't yet entirely understand, but I'm sure will be explained to me.
Sure.
Scarecrow was a tester in the early days of the mod, and then he turned into some sort of e-stalker. So we'll skip
I'm
over
also a
him.
technical advisor and emotional support.
For who?
Mainly you, but anyone that needs it.
All right, so we're gonna give out your contact information after the stream. Next, Slevered.
Yep. So I do a little bit of art here. So some of the last things I did were the Millennium Falcon, modeled and textured. I do some of the stations.
Oh, you made the
So,
Millennium Falcon model.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
do the model, but I did.
Oh
I did
no,
do the
no, no!
texture.
Tell how did that go? How would you make that model, Slevered? Why don't you take us through the
With-
play-by-play with that?
It happened when you sent it to me, and then I kind of changed some things. That's really about it. So in terms of actual models I worked on, I did the Cardin station, the Valdusia, the auto station, auto command station, a couple things like that recently,
And
and some icons, and that we need to rework a little bit.
I was actually just going to say and Thorny. I wasn't expecting you to go through everything, but yeah, good work. Thorny.
I've done Imperial Civil War, so the manual, lots of the XML coding, all those wonderful GCs of yours, Curry.
You're always very excited when I want to add more planets.
Yes.
Can never have enough planets.
280?
So far, we haven't done the Fall of the Republic ones yet.
Please, no.
We can probably remove some of the ICW ones when we're making Fall of the Republic, just not from... Anyways. Ulrich asked, I've encountered a bug in the Art of War GC. I can't reach the last planet. I have every other planet. There were some like safety planets added in that GC in 2.15 to stop the game from crashing. We have a better way of handling that now, so it will do in 2.2. And you can't use previous version saves with new versions because it's basically entirely new stuff. So you'd have to finish the saves on the version it was started on. But yeah. So I'm basically just going to be playing 1.0 in the background here, and we're going to be talking about stuff. I'm not going to be talking too much about what's going on. It's just sort of so we have some stuff to look at, and we can all look at how bad the mod looked 7 years ago. So,
Yay!
oh god, what is this shit really?
We're going back gen, is what it's called.
I
We're
forgot
not going
the
next gen. We're going back gen.
the original Phalanx was released publicly, huh? Or not even original. This was like the second one.
Moving to coordinates.
I launched this a few days ago to make sure it would work, at least enough to play for this, and I completely forgot what was in this version. Like the Pentastar alignments here, the Duskin Leagues here. I thought this was all stuff that was added later. So
The things you forget after so many years.
it's all just
Tactical
one
battle imminent.
drunken haze to me now.
It's a blur.
I'm loving the missing text.
Oh yeah, that's it's a new feature. We moved away from that in more recent versions, but
We might get back to that.
Someday.
Squadron reporting.
Were those planets on different heights?
yeah, I think
Destroying key elements
They
of
were
the
on-
enemy's forces is an optimal
shut
tactic.
this guy up.
Try to separate the defending unit.
I just get the here. I don't want to hear from you anymore. Yeah, I think we used to vary the Z layer a lot more, and I think the camera angle was different too, which makes it a lot more obvious. As in 2.1 and more recent versions, I think we have it pretty much right overhead, and then it just zooms straight in. But there used to be some weird, like, it was 3/4 angle, and then the camera would sort of swoop in. I'm moving my arms a lot while explaining this, and it's probably not helping anyone.
You need a face cam.
It's an arm cam.
Okay.
Oh, there's a question for Slorny, if you wanna.
Well, for the engine thing, that's something we're changing in future versions, but how did you guys learn to code EAW? So actually, yeah, how did you guys get involved in the mod? We'll go through that just generally there. Oh look, Davis is here now too. He's just not saying it. Oh, there he is. What a beautiful
Davis,
ship.
would you like to describe what you do for the team?
Touch myself sometimes. Drink a lot of whiskey.
Always good stuff to say on the live stream.
Of all things you told us not to say.
I make things go.
I'm just going to throw this out here now. I'm not responsible for what the rest of them say. I'm barely responsible for what the rest of them do. So, just...
Tell that to the Washington Post.
I'm back.
Oh god, I'm gonna be on the news.
Yeah, so we'll segue this nicely into the question. I'll start it off. I was like in school. This would have been 2010, 2011, somewhere around there.
I think you joined in like 2012?
Yeah,
because that's 5 years ago now.
I knew some other people that worked on it at the time, Kalo and Wildcat. Just played games with them generally back then, and I started then just doing concept art. Went to school for modeling for 3D environment art, and just kept on doing it for my spare time. So a lot of this stuff is just over whatever free time I have for the past 5 years.
Yeah, I think the first thing you did was the Visvia.
Yes, maybe it was like the booty wreck, and it would have been the Visvia, yeah.
Yeah, and then there was that Minecraft in space game.
Yes.
Starmate? No, not Starmate.
What was it? Yeah, it was like I cannot remember the name of it, but I made a design in there. I was like, oh, that looks kind of nice. So that was the colonizer ship for the Empire of the Hand.
I think that's when everyone had a hangar on their ship, so I was making suggestively shaped ships and doing stuff. Anyways, I think Slorny's been on the team longest, other than me, of everyone here. So, want to go next, Slorny?
Probably. So I think I joined Thrawn's Revenge about June 2007, tester, and then somehow ended up doing actual work on it, and I'm still not entirely sure how.
Yeah, a lot of the people who even join to do actual work don't end up doing actual work on it, so...
An impressive move, really.
Yeah. I don't know how that slips through the cracks. I think it's poor leadership, but just me.
That's what I've been saying for years.
Speaking of slipping through the cracks, Scarecrow, what about you?
How do you game the system?
You just gotta put off the front, like you know what you're doing. You're integral to the process, but you're really not.
He finally admits it.
That's what other people do. I, on the other hand, every single bug in the game I already know about
was caused by you.
The other testers, give the other testers a chance to have some, report it, and make it feel like they're contributing.
Right, so you're setting that standard. You're setting that bar low enough that everyone else feels good about themselves.
That's right. Emotional support. I said that at the beginning.
Right. I call that enabling. But I think who would be next? Actually, I think it's Davis or Pox. You both joined around the same time.
I want to say I joined around 2009 or 10ish.
Is it really?
Okay,
No,
It's
it
when
was
I
after
first moved
that.
here.
I think it's after that.
Okay, so Davis, how do you find this happy family? Fucking-
Well, I was making some pizza rolls and no, I think I was browsing through what is that website called that I don't really visit anymore?
ModDB or
Yep, that's the one. ModDB. And I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. Wait a minute. I'm paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn how to make 3D stuff. Maybe I should make 3D stuff for them. So I think I talked to Corey, gave him a link to my DeviantArt, and said, hey, want me to make things for you? He was like, I guess. And then I made the A9.
sounds like him.
That was his excited voice.
I'm not going to say
Yeah.
who it was, but there's one person who was on the team for a while, who may or may not still be on the team, who applied, and I have in my drafts folder an email saying that thanks, but no thanks. All right. Not going to say who. Pox, your turn.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I joined around 2011 or something like that. Maybe.
After years of indoctrination, and about
Yeah,
how we're the worst
like,
people.
I was looking for a nice family without drama. And no, I think I actually never officially joined. I think I just kept throwing scripts at you and asked you if you wanted to use them in Thrawn's Revenge, and eventually I ended up on that Skype group.
Well, what do you think it means to officially join then? Is this some sort of legal loophole you're trying to set up for yourself, or do you think we should have had some sort of party ceremony for you?
I don't know, like every
Confetti.
other team I was on before had like some official, I don't know, somebody came up and told me, okay, no, you're in.
Well, I asked you if you
That-
wanted to
that
like
wasn't-
actually be on the team at some point, and then you said yes.
No, I don't
but-
think so.
Well, okay, let's do that. Let's do that here then. We'll have your big ceremony, Pox. Will you do us the honor of joining the dev team?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. You heard it here first, everyone. Pox is officially on the team. All right. Anyone else feel like they still haven't been officially invited to join the team? I wasn't aware this was a thing we had to go through, but
Yeah, I've been on loan since 2012, so
Sad face.
on loan from Kalo.
yeah.
A fate worse than death. Oh yeah, none of you
Am
have
I-
signed your NDAs yet. Was that?
I'm sorry,
Pro?
what?
That wasn't me.
Oh, it was Encar then. You guys sound very similar.
Wait, what did
I
I
don't
do?
think so.
You were gonna say something and then didn't.
No, I was just gonna ask if I'm the youngest of the group here.
Yeah, by a few months
Yeah.
in
Who's
terms
the
of.
next youngest?
Well, Encar joined.
Oh,
Like no, like not as in actual.
I think it was
age.
December, late December or January.
I think November is when you started technically, and then
Oh yeah.
because Dave would have been right at the end of summer, I think, like
Yeah.
2016 summer.
Actually, I think it was the beginning of December because I just got my new job.
Okay. Yeah, I don't
But
really
I-
remember much of what happened this summer, so it's all one
The-
big
the-
blur.
The funny thing is that the Star Wars community, or the Thrawn Revenge community for Sins of the Solar Empire, was actually not the first choice that I had. And I think I told you, Corey, who it was. The first choice I had was for the Halo community, the ones that did the Halo mod for Sins of the Solar Empire.
Hmm.
But when they came back and they were like, "Oh, I'm not sure what it is you do," I'm like, "Okay, So I then sent a message to you guys because I played your guys' mod, and I know quite a bit when it comes to sci-fi in general. And I was just like, you know what, I'll give this a go and see if they're interested. And then you guys were like, hey, we'll take you. Why not?
I think we'd
And
actually
then,
recently put out a call for a concept artist because we didn't really like me and Slever would design stuff, but it would rarely involve actually doing a concept for it. It would just be like come up with the general idea, do the model, and then there wasn't much to base it off of other than what we came up with in the mesh already. So there wasn't as much iteration that. So we were looking for more of that, and then you came along and it fit very much where we were trying to go with that.
Yeah, it's yeah, I guess that was a good fit.
Yeah, we played it pretty fast and loose before, so having some structure is nice.
All right.
Yeah, it's that's you. The funny thing was that for the Peltas in general, the first concept that I tried to get by you, everyone was just like, "No, this thing sucks," and I'm just like, "Oh, damn, that hurts. That hurts, guys."
Not really how that happened, but okay. C10 or Scarecrow. This is when your emotional support was supposed to come in. Where were you?
There will be a full debriefing after the stream.
Okay.
Oh. But I think right after that, because it was a little confusing as I was trying to create some of the concepts for the Peltas in general, was because creating the concept in itself takes a little bit of time, and as we were speaking, I was trying to wrap my head around how the team works when it comes to their pipeline, when it comes to the art style, what type of thought process they have, and everything. And I was really confused, so I didn't know where I was supposed to go with it. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to create a whole bunch of silhouettes and throw everything on one sheet of paper, which is what I sent to you guys. And you guys were picking a whole bunch of different silhouettes that you guys liked. And then that gave me a good idea as to what you guys wanted to stick with, and I created the concept after that.
Well, the main thought process for developing the mod is what is the last idea I had in the middle of the night that I then made Slorny do. But for the chat here, someone asked if survival is going to be back in 2.2, but it hadn't left in 2.1, so it's still there, and it'll still be in 2.2.
I think we wanted to improve that at some point.
Yeah,
we're
going to do that eventually. It'll get there. Daniel, this is the first released version of Thrawn's Revenge from like 8 years ago. That's why it looks old. Thrawn asked a question that I need to scroll up a bit to answer. It was something along the lines of, if we were locked in a room and I had to punch someone to get out, which of you would it be? And I think we all know the answer to that. Anyone want to try to answer that? Correct answer is Scarecrow.
What? The least punchable person here?
That's what makes you the most punchable person here. I'm not afraid of hurting you, only emotionally.
I told Scarecrow, I'll take one for the team. I'll put the team on my back.
Okay. What the hell is this? That's ugly. That's like 3 cycles ago. Right? How do we pick the testers for the mod? Is along the lines of inviting them to a skirmish and see if they beat Corey? Anyone would beat Corey, so...
The man's channel name is Corey Loses.
Yeah. We'd have way too many testers if that was our criteria, and I'd have no time to actually make anything. But basically, we just go based on, like, we know there's issues with existing versions, so if people are posting useful feedback on those versions, then usually we'll say, hey, you want to test the next ones and tell us what the problems are before we let other people play it? And then that's the main process for that. With Scarecrow, I don't know what it was. He seemed like a coherent person, and we
fooled him.
Yeah.
He has a special way of breaking things, so
Like news. I think this model is still in the mod somewhere. Chicken Walker.
It probably is.
Who's better
It's
at
just
Empire at War, me or Bullet? Probably Bullet. I don't know.
For that question, I just throw a dart, see which one kind of sticks.
If your darts are sticking to stuff, then that's an issue with your darts. They're supposed to like stick in stuff.
Hey, as long as it hits the target, that's all that matters to me. I don't need to know what kind of adhesive is there.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. Darts don't work with adhesive.
Been playing darts wrong the whole time.
Just keep walking up to the board and taping it there. You see an end to your mods due to the game engine. If people stop playing Empire at War, we'll probably not continue modding it. Or if the load times get longer than the development cycle, that's going to be...
If I remember correctly, you were talking about if you were to migrate anymore, you would migrate to some of the more recent sci-fi type strategy games.
Yeah, a lot of people have been asking us to do Homeworld or Stellaris stuff, which maybe eventually, but we'd like to actually finish a project first. But then the problem with stuff like this is there's no clear finish line. It's just, okay, you've added this, but now you need to add this. Okay, well...
And the problem with Stellaris is that they're not, with Stellaris itself, it's just not finished. The game itself isn't finished, so that was pretty much a no-go.
Well, you can still do a lot with it, but there's going to be so much coming with DLC that it's going to change so much, and there's probably going to be a sequel that's a lot more developed.
The way Paradox does games, I can't imagine they'll do a sequel within any relevant time frame.
Yeah.
They just do big DLCs every few months for their games. Like Crusader Kings 2 has been out for like 10 years by now.
Any moment now. Well, we've been doing this for 11 years now, so it could be the development cycle of Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Rubbing that in.
Like I said, emotional support.
No, it works.
You have the support of a mudslide, Scarecrow.
And he means the ones made with vodka, not the physical. Is there a faction that you all want to see that we don't currently have in either mod?
Wait, you're asking us?
Yeah. No, is the answer to that question, it looks like.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you have an answer, you can answer it.
I feel like the chat is probably waiting for user on Wong.
Actually.
Well, Slorny was saying after 2.2, he was volunteering to do the entire Yuzon Vong his own, so...
Oh, okay.
Finally stepping up.
Who?
Don't expect that to come anytime soon, though.
But he's not denying it. This is probably a mistake on his part.
Well, there is a good start. Don't you still have that using phone with Amphistaff model lying around?
Yeah, it's. I think it's been in every released version of TR.
So with that and the Coral Skipper model, what else do you need?
That's true.
Valid point.
I think.
You can... Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say that the two interesting factions that would be a little bit of a go-getter would probably be like the what you see for like the MMO, the Old Republic, where you had the Jedi Order and the Sith Empire at the time, from way back.
Yeah. I really wanted to do an Old Republic era thing, but then we didn't. So. But if we ever started something else in a different era, it would be that one, I think. Or I'd start it and then I'd drag you guys with me. So You have no
That's
agency in this
basically what is
equation.
happening with Fall of the Republic
Hey,
right
no,
now.
I said I'd do it alone, and I asked if anyone wanted to help with it.
Yeah.
That's entirely different. You have the option to say no.
Yeah, so the reason why we're kind of in terms of the factions that they're available, a lot of the designs are very similar or they're already done. We'd like to have some creativity with it, and some of that stuff we can do. Like Sissy Ruby just really has a couple ships. Papins really just have one or two that we can kind of start to expand on.
Yeah, that's really what appeals to us more at this point, rather than let's make 37 more triangles that do the same thing. There's only so many times you can model a triangle before it's like, okay, yeah, I got this. This is basically how this is going to go. Someone asked earlier, Larry, I think, how we determine an end for any release cycle. Or I don't know if he meant like for the mod itself or for a release cycle, but I guess we'll just answer in terms of a release cycle, because we've never actually ended a project. So I don't know if we have a baseline for that, but a lot of the times we'll just make the rough plan for the release cycle. We'll go through most of it, and then one weekend it'll be like, well, we've done all of this, and this is still left, so let's finish this other stuff, and then it's better to just release this stuff now so that people don't keep playing with the broken stuff for longer. Like that, I think the first Ascendancy release was a month after we decided it was around where we wanted it to be, and that we'd hoped to do a release sooner after than we actually did to fix the issues that were there, because we were really just looking for more feedback, which requires a bigger player base, but then we never ended up getting to that extra release, and that was a big problem. But
I don't know if we got to this question, but Spike 6072 asks, are most of the hand units just your imagination due to a lack of knowing what they look like? Basically, we had to the first pass of designing them with the phalanx. I think Corey can talk to you more than I can, because that was before me.
Yeah, so I think the Nissus Clawcraft, this one, is the only one that's actually a canon design. The rest we had to come up with, and that's why they've changed so much over the years, because we were really bad at not just 3D art, but also designing them. So you ended up with crap like this instead of the more modern ones. But and the chaff over here. But yeah, so that was one of the things we liked, though, was being able to design that stuff, even if we weren't good at it, at least initially. I think we're better now, especially since Levert and Nenkar have taken to actually designing them beforehand. But
yeah, so the second pass that we did on Empire of the Hand was when I came around, and I did a couple ships, probably about 4 ships or so for the smaller to medium-sized ships in there. And I guess we should be doing another pass with Tenkar's new design and kind of basing some new things off that.
yeah, I think the next version of ICW, we're not entirely sure what we're going to do as like the overall goal, like how 2.2 was the Warlords. It might be an unknown regions thing. There's also some known galaxy stuff we want to do, but one of the main goals for that is trying to tackle the rest of the Empire of the Hand roster. So especially their ground units need to be entirely redone, but there's still a couple of space units that need a bit of an update as well, and that's really something we want to get out of the way for them. And with the unknown region stuff, we'll be able to actually work them into the mod a bit better, instead of just sort of being there in a few GCs like they are now. But I think we're going to move over to Ascendancy now. A few of the team are going to join in on the game. If you guys are all done syncing the Git.
Nope.
Really?
My poor
It's still
peasant.
going?
It's been taking a really long time. I don't know why. I have downloaded about 1.6 gigabytes.
What's your internet speed like right now?
Should be like 700 kilobytes download per second.
I mean, one faction that we've not done that might come back at some point is one that was actually in this release and then got removed. The huts, they weren't playable, but just as like something to throw in near Maldrude. Yeah, like an Old Republic mod, you'd have options for like the Sith, the Republic, Mandalorians, huts, and then the Eternal Empire, I think they're called. The pointy guys from Tor. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll just throw up the lobby for whenever you guys are ready. Assuming Fox's internet does stuff.
Yeah, I hope. I don't know, how large is it? Like,
it shouldn't be too much longer.
As I said, I have 1.6 gigabytes, so I don't know. Let's see.
My folder is 4.87.
Damn.
Okay.
Right? Fox will be ready for the 12th anniversary stream.
Probably. I don't know. Should I try to download it manually instead of using...
You can try that and then paste it over the folder that's already being created.
Yeah, it's rather weird actually, because it created only the .git folder and everything is in there, it seems. Is it just pasting this into the base folder once it's done cloning?
You just paste it into the mods folder and then it's there, but...
Yeah, no, I mean, like the Git client, it's downloading everything in the .git folder and...
Yeah.
Okay.
That's working as intended so far. But the actual files seem to be the last thing that it downloads. Because all the .git stuff is way bigger than the actual mod itself. So...
Ooh, okay. So I don't really have anything.
If you just
then I have no files from the mod.
Go to the page for the repository and click download as zip. And I guess we should all do that.
Wait,
if we're going off the master, then that's what should be downloaded.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll try it. But I think we had an issue before when we were doing that tester game. Bro, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but didn't we try that with that and have to switch it over?
From GitHub, and there was a mismatch.
A checksum issue?
Yeah. No, it was a version mismatch.
Well, that's a checksum issue, so... Well, let's see. The actual .git file is several gigs, I think. Anywho.
Yeah, okay. I canceled the cloning now, and I'm just gonna download the zip file.
Okay. What do we use to play online? Game Ranger? Well, since the servers are still up because it's through Steam, I don't think any of us have played Empire or online since the GameSpy things were still there. Like, I tried connecting to myself once through GOG and Steam just to see if I could make it work, but that's really the extent of my EAW multiplayer. How do you imagine the finished mod looking in terms of scale, gameplay, and story? In terms of stale. If the mod gets stale, that's a problem. Realistically, the scale should have been locked down a while ago if we wanted to do this properly, but apparently we don't. At some point...
Like, we kind of work on our free time, so if we ever think of, and because it's our free time, it's some things can take longer than we may want them to take. So we end up just coming up with new ideas while we're in the middle of making it.
Yeah. there's like 3 releases worth of crap we could be doing, but how much of that we'd actually get to is up in the air and depends entirely on resources and time. But like, there's a lot of stuff we could do in the unknown regions. We could do other eras. We could do like expanding it backwards or forwards. There's any amount of bad ideas we could have that would keep us going for years past when this is a good idea. Really just run it into the ground to the point that no one will be sad when it dies. All those planets that Sloaney could still be adding. Like, I figured the loading time is really the problem right now. And there's not much we can do about that. The more we add, the longer that loading time gets.
You did try to put all the XMLs in one file, right?
Yeah, that didn't do anything.
Oh, okay.
And then I started
Wow.
stripping stuff out for Fall of the Republic. So I decided that a good way to test that would be, because we need to do that for Fall of the Republic anyways, I just reverse engineer it all and then see at what point stuff starts to load faster. And I haven't quite hit that point yet, I don't think. So...
Yeah, no, is it... Maybe it's not the XMLs.
Well, I deleted the
models?
entire art folder and loaded the
Okay.
mod. It crashed when I got to the main menu, obviously, but it still took just as long to load. So it has to be XML.
What about the
Maybe.
text file?
The like .dat file?
Yeah,
with all
or
the
maybe
mutant
the...
text.
We can try that. That seems like it'd be weird.
Or
It's
even
Empire
all your
War, so-
planets.
Hey, Slorny, this can't blame everything on the planets.
Sure, I can.
I'm sure the planets are part of it. It's just so much stuff in the XMLs. Like, I deleted all the conquests. I think those are loaded on demand, right? Because that's why it takes so long to actually launch the conquest. It wouldn't make sense for Empire War to load all the conquests at once, but there's a lot of stuff it wouldn't make sense for Empire War to do that it does anyway. So
I don't know, maybe someone should download Alliance and see how long that takes to load.
Pox went there. We didn't say it. It was all Pox, who was apparently not part of the team, so
It's your fault.
I'm gonna have to Yeah, I'm just launching Sins, everyone, so the black screen will be gone in a second.
This is where, like, throwing a curveball. We're going to introduce Final Fantasy characters into the game.
We're actually showing a metaphor right now, a visual metaphor. The blackness is the emptiness in all of our souls.
Okay.
Basically.
Something folder, but I'm looking at the 360p stream. There we go. Well, we'll talk about future factions for Fall of the Republic after we get the first 2 at least semi set up. So, gonna skip that for now. What made us want to turn Fall of the Republic into its own mod? Well, it was initially when we started. Hey, this is... I told you already. You could have said no. We had a few of the... People seem to be overestimating the amount of assets that are already done for it because of ICW. Like, there's a decent amount, but it's not everything. But I was playing a lot of the existing Clone Wars mods for the channel, and it's a personal preference thing, but none of them were really doing what I wanted for a Clone Wars mod. But playing them gave me the desire to play a Clone Wars mod anyways. So I figured the best option for that was to just make one. At the end of the day, what we're here to do is make the games we want to play, and force the rest of the team to make the games I want to play.
Well, I mean, you get the team because the team wants to make the game with you.
Some of them. There's other blackmail and coercion going on.
Yeah. Why are you talking about me like that? Like, it's just.
Did you just do what I think you did? Someone asked earlier where we're all from. So, like country-wise, not street address. I'm not giving away my street address.
I'm from Tatooine.
Exactly. We actually have a very small amount of Americans on the team.
Most of you are Canadian, aren't you?
Well, I'm Canadian, so if that's most of us, then Delta's Canadian too, I think, but
Taylor's a Canadian.
He hasn't been on the team for like 5 years. He's ditched us. He thinks he's better than us.
Well, he is a doctor.
I actually saw him in November, and then I'm gonna go see him again in Toronto pretty soon. He's gonna be in town for a bit.
Is that where you're gonna be like, "Ha, you liar"?
What? What did he lie about? What did he lie about?
You'll find something. Remember, blackmail and coercion. Blackmail.
That's my line. So yeah, we have a couple people from the good old US of A.
Oh my God.
Goddamn Yankees.
You got to chant for your team, man. What's wrong with you?
We've got about 5 or 6 European countries represented. We've got Canada, United States, Australia. Oswolf couldn't be here because he is asleep. Alright, that should be...
Could I identify myself as a Canadian?
If you want. It doesn't give you citizenship.
When I go over... I mean, I am from the Midwest, like northern Midwest. So if that's a thing, could I be considered? Yeah. See.
It doesn't.
Technically, we were only separated by water. I could like swim across, and I'd catch up over to Canada.
Did you say ketchup?
Did I say ketchup? I'm not sure.
I thought I heard ketchup. Something about swimming in ketchup.
I think you're just hearing things, Corey.
Okay, well. I can't help that. Why does this window not want to get captured?
Someone
like
asked if there's anybody
Pokemon.
from Australia. Like, who's from Australia, sorry? Who?
Oswolf.
Oswolf.
As implied by the Oz in Oswolf.
You're making that name up.
No, it's mustard. Well, I'm from Hungary. So basically, I'm the weird and stubborn guy.
Oh, it's record. There we go. There's not a black screen anymore.
Or there won't be in just a second.
How many people were gonna try to play? I think we had, what, 5?
Yeah, 4 or 5 of you.
Well, I've downloaded about 200 megabytes now. So I guess I'm out.
Hey, that's really slow downloading. Holy crap.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so slow.
Right.
What you could probably do, just in case, just close that out, check your internet, make sure that there's something wrong with it right now, and then re-download it.
Yeah, I mean, I already stopped the Git clone and started a manual download, and it's still slow.
Have you tried deleting your System32 file? Or...
I don't know. Maybe it's Discord that's slowing
Here's
me
a
down.
here's a good
Discord
question for you
doesn't use
guys.
that network.
It's unlikely.
Here's a good question for you guys. All everyone that's here. Did you buy Sins of a Solar Empire before playing any of the mods, or did some of the mods influence you to buy Sins of the Solar Empire and then play it? And if so, which one?
I played the shit out of Sins of Solar Empire before I even know you could mod it.
Same.
This was before Rebellion came out.
Oh, yeah.
You played it.
This was before
before
Entrenchment
fucking
came out.
Trinity.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
Entrenchment too, yeah.
I can't join. The checksum differs.
Oh no.
The
Have you
the way I
clicked
got-
sync?
I don't think you heard that.
Have you clicked the sync button?
Or he's dead.
He is dead.
He's dead, Jim.
Dead. Did.
Robin's been here for a while, but he's muted, and I don't know if he knows he's muted. He could be pulling a Sleverd.
Try again either way.
No, he knows.
Did he say something in the Discord chat? I can't read it right now.
I believe so. We go to general.
Yeah, he types he knows. He's sniffling and has a cold and stuff.
Oh, got a diva.
And he's eating an apple, so apparently a librarian too.
A Liberian?
No. It would be a teacher. Sorry, my bad. A Liberian? No, librarian. I was probably trying to drink coffee as I was saying it. My bad.
Oh. Alright, Dave, did you figure out what the issues were? Have you clicked the sync button?
Yeah, I did.
What does it say the last,
Trying to give-
what's it say the last commit name is? Is it Validontia?
Yeah,
Okay, well then
I'm
it should
actually
work.
using the browser version, and I just downloaded everything before it started.
Okay. Well, I'll just send you an invite again, because that usually fixes things.
I'm actually trying to re-validifying everything about Sins in Steam.
Someone bought it to play Ascendancy. Yeah.
A lot of people bought it to play Ascendancy, that's why I get all those royalty checks. Same with Empire at War. I'll cut you guys in at some point, don't worry.
If only that were true.
I'm not in this for the money.
I
Miller.
mean, technically, what you could do to help support the team and everything, you could do like a T-shirt sale for a different type of logo or the name of the team.
We'd have to misspell Thrawn. Like, Thron, Thrawn's Revenge. And
No,
then
give it a
it's just a
different name,
picture of, like, one of us in blue paint, like we're joining the Blue Man group. Ooh, actually, that'll
No,
just
I
get
mean,
us sued
like,
twice.
God's Revenge.
And the Blue Man Group.
Holy shit.
I could probably draw like some sort of troll face that's all blue and everything. Make it look like Thrawn with a troll face.
Well, we have a map in Empire at
God.
War that's all the awesome faces. I think the first Sins mod I played was Sacrifice of Angels.
Corey, you have 5 wins, 31 losses.
Well, we're not. This is fake news. Fake news.
This is survival mode all over again.
Alright, I
Hey.
think I found the problem.
We moved past
Couldn't
that
verify.
box. All right. That was like a good 4-hour process.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
You weren't there the whole time, though. You have nothing to complain about.
So, story time.
Well, there once was a otter named Slorny. He thought that my jokes were real corny. He coded in planets and something minutes, and that's the end.
Yay! I'll accept
3 out
that.
of 10.
That's generous.
He coded the planetary and lost his sanity.
No, that's
2 out of
just
10.
Head on, apply directly to the forehead.
Oh my god.
All right, so I have a story about when it came to actually getting the game.
Did you
Because
press the purchase button?
the what?
The purchase button. Did you like click on the buy game or buy game for self?
No, I was actually at a military base when I saw it. Because I was like, my mother was in the military, and I was only what at the time 14, 15, something like that. I don't even think
15, 16?
I don't even think I was in high school yet, to be honest. I think I was in middle school when
You were
it
that
came
old
out.
and you hadn't made it to high school yet?
No, dude, stop.
Ruining the story.
If I said 14, that's middle school.
Is it though?
Yeah, it is.
I think,
It is.
Yeah, for sure.
Aren't you usually like 13 going into high school?
No.
No.
No. I think your system might be a little bit different. I don't know.
No.
I know,
Gotta be
like
at least
in
15.
I know, like in Europe, it has different. Like high school is different.
Do you not know that Canada's not in Europe?
I know it's not in Europe. Wow.
Oh, Canada.
I'm just not sure if they use the same principles as Europe.
After
primary
Brexit,
secondary
we're
stuff.
actually we're trying to take the UK's spot because we're basically the same thing.
That makes so much sense now. But no,
It didn't work this time either.
It's
I,
not working for me.
it's not working.
All right, we'll just I guess we'll just go like this and then figure it
Yeah.
out for next time. So you want to go on the same team and then do something stupid?
Well, like what?
Like facing more. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I'll turn these down one.
Oh, you put them on like max?
Shit. Oh, the when it comes to, I actually was a little bit. I was actually born, I guess, a little too early with the problem when it comes to getting into school. Because when I went to an elementary school to go to start to get into kindergarten, they told me I was 2 days early when it comes to my birthday. 2 days. So they told me, sorry, but maybe come back next year. I'm like, what?
That sucks.
That whole year, I was playing nothing but like these Tonka trucks in the sand pit as a kid. That was pretty much it.
Nice.
So
I
I
used
wasted
to-
a whole year.
I did a year of like daycare preschool stuff, and my dad worked earlier shifts, so he would get off work and he'd come pick me up early. So every day I got to pick someone else who got to stay up during nap time and play like board games and shit with me. So that was pretty legit. If you ever have to go back to nursery school, that's the way to do it.
I remember, actually, my nursery school kind of burned down.
While you were there?
No, I was on the way to go there, and it burned down.
Is that a question or a... Slever's not on our team.
Oh, I'm not.
Sliver just striking out on his own.
Republic scam.
Speaking of sand and preschool,
Of course.
because this is totally relevant to the mod.
This is what the people want to know.
Yeah, so
They want to know more about us.
I have a twin brother, and there was another set of twins at the preschool I was at, and
They switched
those-
places. Hijinks.
no,
I swear, I've
But
seen the
that-
Parent Trap,
those
Sliver. I
would
know
always
this
pick
plot.
us, and they would put sand in our hair, and we didn't know what to do because we were little kids and didn't know how to solve problems. So we just get sand in our hair and run away.
That's
Everybody hates
That's the end of
sand.
the story, guys.
effective problem solving. So when you watched Star Wars, did that resonate with you?
Oh man, that was awful.
Started having Vietnam flashbacks.
Then you get on the internet and see all these people making fun of that line. It's like, no, he's right.
Yeah.
Is knowing Python any good when it comes to modding in Pirate War? Well, if you know
No.
like general programming stuff, it's easier to learn the Lua.
Yeah. I mean, you can get into the Lua stuff pretty easily, I guess, when you know Python.
Yeah. I didn't know Python at all, and I'm perfectly fine with going to Pox to ask why my Lua is not working.
You're doing pretty good, actually. Like, I mean, I remember my first steps in Lua, and I also had my personal mentor for Lua scripts. It was Frege, the guy who developed the freezer tool together with me. And yeah, I basically ended up asking him after every single line what went wrong.
Yeah. The stuff with the single unit retreat, that's not my fault. I'm not taking responsibility for that. That
Wait,
was
you set stuff to 0 all the time.
Yeah, because that's how it works in Sins.
Yeah.
I can't be held
Okay,
accountable
but
for
you
that.
already know that Empire at War doesn't like it.
I thought that would be like a speed multiplier. Setting it to 0 would just make it stop at worst, which is fine with what the ability's doing.
It does. Yeah.
I didn't think.
No, yeah, I know.
Nowhere in my mind did it say 0 equals flicker. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I mean, it actually makes sense what you did, but I don't know why Empire at War is so buggy and shitty, and I don't know.
Maybe because it's well over 10-year-old game, so what is
Yeah.
it?
No.
We
You
were
can't
saying
have-
this 10 years ago, though, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Star Destroyer ready.
Alright, so how long until we die? That's 2 PA,
Fleet is under attack.
super hard AI.
We have found an apt site for further operations.
GG.
I didn't pay attention. Are you all on the same team or?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's 3v2, but
Okay.
the AI in Sins at higher levels just really has no mercy.
Destroy that.
It's 3v2 with Scarecrow, so it's basically Scarecrow having to carry us.
Yeah.
Go, Scarecrow, go.
If it weren't for Scarecrow, the Praetors would have come out in 1.0 even more overpowered than they already were.
Carrot Commander here.
Called testing. Alright,
Actually-
Dala? Pelion? Pelion. Palpatine.
We have
There we
found
go.
an apt site for further operations. We have found an.
What
apt
was someone gonna
site
say?
for operations. Carrot Commander here.
Go Ninja.
Go
It was
Ninja.
me. But it actually might be better that
Carrot
I'm
en route.
not with the team. If it comes to strategy games, I'm basically a hardcore economist.
Same.
That's cool.
Dreadnought
Great.
cruiser ready.
I hate
Wait, was,
doing
uh,
military stuff.
Was Empire at War on GameSpy?
Yeah.
One? It was on GameSpy?
Yeah.
We have found an apt site for further operations.
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
it's
I didn't
still out
remember that.
Will the modding tutorials return, or are they dead? They are going to return for sure. This week I'm probably going to do
All
one.
ahead.
It's just I had like 73 Empire at War videos per week for the last few weeks with AOTR, the mod stuff, and then the Forces of Corruption campaign. So I didn't want to...
Reporting.
There's only so much Empire at War I can have in my life at one point.
We have found an apt site for
How
further
was the
operations.
Dathomir mission?
Star Destroyer.
I wanted to kill myself.
You want to know
Yeah,
something
it is.
stupid? Was I don't have this game
Destroyer
I
here.
used to for Empire at War. My dad is such a hardcore Star Wars fan that he basically stole it from me, even though I bought it with my own money.
Captain reporting.
How old were you?
Moving to sector.
Well, he basically said, all your games are mine, and he kicked me out of the house after I graduated. That's literally what happened.
He was playing the long con.
I kid you not. He was as soon as I graduated, he was just like, get out. I'm like, really?
Cashing on those game investments.
All I could take was my one laptop, a couple duffel bags of clothes, and that was it.
Moving to sector.
Then I went. Then I just went. Kind of like what do you call that when you sleep on people's couches for a little while?
Couch surfing.
Yeah, there you go.
We have found an apt site for further operations.
Only at the ripe age of 18, 19 years old, till finally going to college.
They colonize this planet in time? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Woo!
Dude, these starting fleet of the planet, they're fucking me up, man.
An allied ship.
Some of the larger ones, yeah.
Yeah, I still need to go through and make the changes for this version of those, because I want to put like different race ones in there and adjust their strength so they don't have such high variance. Especially at the around the starting planets. Control it a bit more.
Yeah, I had my initial fleet and 3 capitals, and I still lost the entire initial fleet and almost one of the capitals.
Oh, ouch!
Scarecrow, you can't carry us that way.
What are your orders?
It takes a little bit of time, Stimpy. It takes a little bit of time. I like to believe in the idea of leading by example.
A new facility is complete.
I usually like that idea.
We have found an apt site for further operations.
I think I've perfected my leadership style over the last 11 years.
See, I lead by failure. It allows me to actually not have any pressure on me if I do things wrong. Just say, just don't do that.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
The Thrawn's Revenge team, lowering the bar since 2006.
There's a bar.
Upgrade complete.
10 out of 10.
Lowering the bar so Davis can drink at it.
Commander here.
Death Troopers being like the Flood, and you shut me down saying there are better options. What are some of those options? Well, Siruvi invasion, Vong invasion, just any like massive invasion force of weird stuff. Even like a Dark Empire situation could probably do it. The Death Troopers were just... It's too much about infantry rather than actual ships, and it was such a minor thing. It was a weird book, because it wasn't... It was a guy, I think that was the only Star Wars book he wrote, but he was a horror writer, and then he just like kind of Control-H Stormtrooper in for other stuff. What is all this static?
Wait, there's static? I don't hear anything.
It might... Oh, it's just my headphones being terrible.
Is under attack.
Oh, gonna need new ones of these. That sucks.
That's no good.
Is anyone else hearing the white noise in the chat?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
Nope. So you think one of your speakers might have blown up?
It stopped now, but oh well.
Your orders.
It was really bad. Either way.
Well, it's a good thing that it stopped. Either way, you would have to either fix it yourself, which would require you to look up a couple YouTube videos and then start hammering away.
I've been trying to, for the last few days, I've been trying to import some like family movie things from like a Sony Handycam, and nothing we have works anymore because they stopped supporting the software. And it was all proprietary crap on a CD that they didn't distribute online, and if you try to email the company for support, they don't help you. I think they went under too, so that's probably why. But it.
Destroyer here.
I did some sort of Zeller's commercial when I was 14.
Oh my god.
Destroyer ready.
I want you to look over at
Moving to
Farfin right
sector.
now.
Are we gonna die?
Allied ship is under attack.
No, just look at the neutral fleet there.
Oh.
Oh, it's the Katana fleet.
Yeah, you can capture all those.
How?
Get Sentinel or Gallo. I forget who you're playing. But get one of
Hand.
your transport, yeah, Constant or Sentinel, and then it should have the ability to capture all those.
But they won't attack me?
No, they're disabled.
They're all derelicts.
I thought my entire fleet was gonna die.
Moving to sector.
Yeah, you just got
And you
Moving to
just
sector.
quite a few dreadnoughts.
So the established garrison works on them?
No, it's a different ability, but it should be on the Sentinel.
On the Sentinel?
It's like boarding party or something like that.
Something like that.
Commander here. Charge laser cannon.
you just hit the jackpot, my friend.
Unless the Empire of the Hand doesn't have that ability yet, in which case,
Oops.
Mir Sleverd needs to come over there and liberate those for you. Liberate those
Ready
assets.
for ground assault. On our way.
You're going to try to give them
Commander
freedom?
here. Charge laser
Of course.
cannons.
It's the only way.
We need
When-
like an eagle emote or something like that, so it sounds every time somebody says freedom.
Epsilon 64 reporting in.
Need to play the Colbert Report theme song.
Yeah. Freedom.
Can we have a community match that aren't on Fridays or Saturdays? Because I'm always working when you do them. I'd like to have them more often and on different days and different time zones in the future, but we're mostly just waiting for 1.1 to be out first. That we're not playing. Oh, that sucks. So we're not playing
Star Destroyer
the
ready.
old version. I don't like playing old versions of stuff unless it's like far enough removed that I can dissociate myself from the person who made that.
Reporting.
And we're not there yet with 1.0 of Ascendancy.
Come about.
So Jarek's attacking me right now.
Well, you're not long for the world, so.
An allied system is
So the
under
established garrison or the crew extractor? Will either of those work?
I think it's the. Which
Crew
which
extractor?
ability is it? Is it even the Sentinel that has it? Something
Yeah,
has
okay,
it.
it's crew extractor.
That worked?
Carrot Commander here.
No, but the tooltip says it should, so we'll
Okay.
find out.
Moving to sector. Carrot Commander here.
Right.
Cruiser ready. Gun crews make ready.
Someone asked, what is the Katana fleet?
Carrot Commander here.
The fleet of katanas.
A new facility is complete.
So, name of the ship.
It's a large fleet of old dreadnoughts that the Republic lost because they were all
Commander here.
pretty much mostly automated, and then the whole crew got some sort of disease, flew out in the middle of nowhere, and no one knew where they were for like 60 years. It was a very convenient
Carrot
plot
Commander
device.
here.
Yeah, slave circuits.
An allied ship is under attack. Come about.
Can probably do something with that and follow the Republic too. Not follow the Republic too. Follow the Republic as well. It's not
You know what would be
Is that,
interesting?
is that the actual name?
follow the Republic 2,
Glance of
colon as well.
It'd be interesting for so for like all of the Republic, how many factions are there exactly besides the main two?
Well, we're starting with just the main two, and then there's a bunch of other options that we have not publicly spoke about, but which are littered throughout the Skype and Discord chat that we can also go over afterwards.
What was the name of the? Is it the Rakata?
No, this Follow the Republic would be like Clone Wars era, not like Old Republic era.
Oh, gotcha.
Attacking.
That would
Oh,
be
that's for like the CIS and that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of factions. Holy crap!
Glance of
But for a theoretical
Single fleet is under attack.
Knights of the Old Republic era one, it'd be like the Mandalorian, Sith, Republic.
Gun batteries fired.
Those are the big ones. And you've got like the other ones like the Eternal Empire from Tor, but that's not a thing we're doing, so not yet. Not yet.
Intensify laser fire.
But I wanted to create spears, energy swords.
Those are all
Guys,
over
we
the
all know
place.
what this means.
I just don't see why you can't have ground troops yet.
In Sins?
Yes.
Intensify laser
Well, I was talking to Pox about this yesterday. We were just going to grab the Company of Heroes EXE, drop it into Sins of a Solar Empire,
Fuck yeah.
and then
Yep.
that's how it works, right?
Sight for further
Actually, no, there's a game that you guys probably haven't heard of that I have
Engaging enemy fighters.
on my Steam.
It's too underground.
Batteries ready.
No, well, you guys probably haven't heard of it because
I'm going to die.
well,
You say Man of War, I will internet slap you.
Gun batteries ready.
no. It's a like a
It's an indie game.
Chinese. No, it's like a
Too
Chinese,
underground for you guys.
warring
One of
states
our
period
systems is
type
under
of
attack.
strategy game. And what it does is that it takes the epic strategy and it's completely real time, so everything's happening. You don't have to do any turn based or anything like that, kind of like what we have to do with Sins. But what happens is that when two forces collide, two enemy factions collide with each other, when it comes to their armies, you can actually go into the battle and you just use your scroll mouse wheel. That's it. So you can go all the way up to like the map itself as they're still fighting each other, but like small icons. But then you can scroll in, and then it'll load up. It only takes like a split second the battle, where then you can move your forces around and try to fight each other.
Excuse me, a super capital ship has been built?
Excuse me?
Yes. I think it's pretty clear what that means. It's a super capital ship has been built.
That means everyone needs to shore up, build up, and good luck.
If you were to think of Fall of the Republic as a bottle, how full is that bottle?
Our supporting fleet is moving.
We have the bottle. There's some liquid outside the bottle that we need to put back into the bottle, but we're not really working on Fall of the Republic directly until 1.1 for Ascendancy and 2.2 for ICW are like testing phase or released, because we don't want to delay anything, and it's easier to build Fall of the Republic off of Imperial Civil War, so it's essentially reverse engineering everything back to just remove all the Warlord stuff and changing it from there. So the more stuff we have done for ICW, the more we're going to be able to use for Fall of the Republic, rather than doing it in two places at once, which would be very annoying.
So, why do you have an MC-80 in my planet?
Because I was remember I was getting the stuff, the dreadnoughts and whatnot. But
I got it handled. Don't worry about it.
okay, well, because I brought that thing all the way up there, I might die.
Were you? Yeah, you got most of them. Okay, that's that Katana fleet's our only hope.
All gun crews report in.
No, there is another.
Should we use it right now to rush somebody?
Come about.
I think the pink guy is going to be there for the duration.
The pink guy's fleet is down by me, so what you probably want to do is go and attack Dornick.
The yellow guy is going to be sort of trapped in.
Yeah, like
now
I'm getting stunted by him right now. So if you start pushing into him, I can start pushing in from the opposite side.
Got a lot of people coming after you.
The Knights of the Old Republic mod, I actually just ordered the bottle for that, so we're doing that, and we're going to do a Vong mod. Why not? Let's get everything
done. The name
done.
of the game, actually, the name of the game wasn't Oriental Empires. It's actually called Nobunaga's Ambition. It's a pretty expensive game, to be honest. But I've spent thousands of hours on it.
And thousands of dollars on it.
Hours.
Dollars.
Yeah, okay. Now it's I think it's a $50 price tag.
How much does it cost for the game? That's a pretty expensive price tag. Usually they just throw that in with whatever you're buying.
The price tag is made out of diamonds.
Ooh.
They make sure to cover it in nice looking diamonds.
Well, Commander Lakar asked if Fall of the Republic will be like the ICW in terms of it will be covered in Legends material.
Yep, we are still strictly working in Legends, but keep in mind the Clone Wars cartoon is both Legends and new. It's in both Legends and new canon, so we can still pull from that. But in the places where that conflicts with older information, we're usually sticking with the older information. And there's not a lot that directly contradicts, but it's just like there's no way that all of this would happen at once. So really, it's just it does provide a bunch of useful assets for us in places where the factions weren't super fleshed out before. Especially with like CIS heroes and stuff like the Malevolence.
Allied ship is under attack. Firing turbo releases.
Sleverd has actually just optimized and made some upgrades to our Providence model. So we should be able to show that soon once we get the texture in or done.
Just give it to me, man. I got this.
Okay, I'm over for that. I just got
Wait, what?
UV.
I mean, okay.
If you want to do it,
Sure, I'll text you. Why not?
I will not stop you.
All right, there you go. Problem solved. That was called delegation, everybody. What about the whole Dark Reaper thing? Probably going to avoid that. That was... It's the flying saucer thing, the super weapon. That was like thousands of years old, and then the CIS found it. It was in that game. The vehicle game.
The
All
vehicle
this,
game?
with all the Star Wars in it.
Star Wars. Clone Wars?
For Xbox.
It might have just been called Clone
Yeah,
Wars.
it's Clone Wars.
So it's like a flying saucer, isn't it?
Yeah. It was kind of dumb. Kind of dumb.
So wait, what was the name of that game? That has the same exact concept.
En route. Storm
Fucking
What are your orders?
Clone Wars?
No.
An allied system is
It's another epic real-time
Come
strategy.
about.
Epic real-time strategy. From the makers of that other one.
Supreme Commander. There we go.
Oh.
Charge laser cannons.
Epic mealtime?
We're gonna put like a hashtag epic mealtime so that they can see this video.
Attacking.
You can't make a delicious Draugrt without something. That was never established.
Enemy fighters.
Just remember, guys, we're gonna put bacon on every game title.
We're gonna put bacon on our mods, guys.
I'm gonna. You know what? Just because you're gonna give me the ship, I'm gonna make sure that there's a bacon texture just
Well,
for this.
Yeah.
I was gonna do the I was gonna do that series for the channel for modding tutorials for Sins, where I make Attack of the Food, the mod. So that would be an option. Why am I not doing any damage to this? I need to check what's going on with this.
Who's gonna be the cupcake? I feel like I just killed the conversation.
Who's gonna be the cupcake?
All batteries open.
Is that what you said?
Cupcake.
Okay.
Okay.
Will we use anything from that game? There's a few things that were in that game, I think, first that we're probably going to use.
What are your orders?
And the Jedi Starfighter stuff, too.
Come about.
Like, we have a spreadsheet where we keep all the master plans and future potential crap and basically everything. So we have...
We do?
You have a link. We all have a link. Why do I do these things?
Vegan bacon.
Anyways.
Is there such thing as vegan bacon?
Yeah. I was a vegetarian for 4 years, so I'm very familiar with the options for meat substitutes.
Understood.
But anyways,
What a phrase.
we have the full Father Republic unit list, and then we have some stuff like marked off as first release stuff, and then some stuff we're marking off as stuff we do in releases beyond the first. So the unit list will be the more conventional mainstream stuff at first, and then after that, especially as we go into the eras that are before the Clone Wars, there will be a couple more things that we add. And like some of the other stuff that isn't done already, because
Reporting.
we can get a pretty solid release with just the 2 factions, even just with like 1 small GC, just to get the framework going fairly quickly, and then start iterating on that a lot more easily than if we did everything at once. I actually chased them off. We may not die.
Destroyer here.
We may still die, but we may not. So
False hope. False hope.
No, it's a new hope.
the hope awakens.
So when does the Jedi?
No.
When does the?
That's surprisingly accurate.
I still hate myself for watching The Force Awakens, actually.
It wasn't a bad movie. If I had to choose to watch either The Force Awakens or A New Hope, I'd watch The Force Awakens.
And that's when we lose all our fucking fans. Thanks, Corey. Jesus.
Yeah. I just still don't understand why it had to be a Control-C, Control-V of New Hope.
Gotta play it safe.
Really, if they do the same thing with Last Jedi, I'm gonna be upset. But with Force Awakens, it's just like they want to get there.
See, here's the thing that they get you. This is how Disney works. They make sure that they get a franchise that no matter what, if it sucks, you'll still buy it. It's like fucking Apple all over the place. You know that the product is not that great, but you're still gonna buy absurd amounts of money just to get it.
See, that's the thing. I'm not gonna buy Apple products.
They do is really good.
The good old purchase out of obligation.
Why? No, Pentastar Limit. You were supposed to leave. You said you were leaving.
I mean, at least Rogue One was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, have to admit.
Star Destroyer ready.
Yeah, Rogue One was. I'd have to admit was pretty good. I did not expect that. But that could have been. I could argue the fact that the reason why everyone thinks that it's so good was probably because of the horrid transparency that we saw from the last film before it. So we're just like, anything's better than that.
Here's the thing, though. If you want to make any argument that Star Wars movies are good and they're not named The Empire Strikes Back, you're wrong. So it was a low bar to begin with.
Hey, at least J.J. Abrams got a new nickname. Jar Jar Abrams.
Empire Strikes Back started off, or Return of the Jedi starts off good, and then Ewoks show up, and it's like, okay, I'm in a toy commercial now.
Yeah.
Hey, I was a kid when I watched that. I thought it was interesting. I mean, it didn't make any sense because, if I'm not mistaken, the book, like one of the books or something like that, stated that all the wreckage from the Death Star fell onto the moon planet.
The Endor Holocaust thing?
Yeah. And you're just like, wait, what? So these little guys died for nothing.
Yeah. At least they ate the stormtroopers. I mean, they had no trouble with cooking Han and the others. So where do you think those stormtrooper helmets they used as drums came from? Yummy yum yeah.
What are your orders?
I feel like those Ewoks are carnivores, and they don't just eat anything that's anything smaller than them. They're probably eating all the dead bodies of the stormtroopers that were on the ground.
Hey, free meat, can't pass
Why do you
that
think
up.
they're celebrating at the end?
Yeah.
So much food.
Yeah. So they had something. At least you guys haven't saw the Evo cartoons.
Oh no.
As 23 years old. I can thank it to my colleague.
I mean, the whole Star Wars galaxy would have been much better off if they just said, let's kill the Skywalker family, and then be done with it. They should have realized at some point that everything that went wrong was their fault.
What, the Skywalker family? Or
the Skywalkers. I mean, not everything, but it would have been a significant reduction in the number of catastrophic events that happened. Like, sure, they saved the galaxy
Shows
too.
what you knew. You know.
What you
Hashtag
knew?
nothing. Hashtag fool.
Choose what you knew.
I have an idea. Let's
Carrot
build
Commander
a
here.
planet-sized super weapon just to annihilate them and have a glowing weakness in it.
That was the best part of The Force Awakens. That scene. So they built another Death Star? No, it's bigger. Like, come on, guys.
You know what? You're right. We have to up the ante. We build now a star-sized super weapon.
We anticipated this question, so here's a smaller version of the Death Star next to Starkiller Base.
Yeah, for scale.
Alright, Scarecrow, if you want to invade Yellow Guy at any moment.
At any moment?
Any moment.
Moving to sector.
Alright, I got my Katana fleet. I'll send it that way.
Cruiser ready.
You know what makes it interesting is if you look at the history of Star Wars, how many republics has there been? And if I remember correctly,
2?
the Republic in itself has never known a time where it's been peaceful.
Yeah, there was a couple thousand years of pretty much peace. Between, like the Great Galactic War and the New Sith Wars. That's why there's no stories in that period.
Wait, wasn't there like splinters that people would rebel or fight?
Like very small ones. That's why
freedom?
they never had a standing army for a long time.
And budgets are really hard to maintain, Corey.
Yeah.
En route.
Budgies are expensive.
You want me to help push on yellow?
So that begs the question because they've had so many large wars, and it resulted in
the pink dude's got a Bellador at the Katana planet.
We'll see if the katanas can katana it.
Allied ship is under attack.
We'll find out.
An allied system.
Oh, do you have the Peltis in this, by the way, or no?
It's in the build. It's not. The Empire of the Hand's not in the game right now.
Oh, okay, gotcha. This is the recent version then. Or,
well, I mean, it's not in this match. The Empire of the Hand's not in this match. We picked the other 3 factions, and the AI are both PA.
Cruiser ready.
IPA.
Miller Genuine Draft.
Star Destroyer ready. Moving to sector.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to push these guys off my
Katana's
planet.
getting wiped out there. It's not even phasing it.
Oh, he has 3, yeah.
Yeah, it's got support ships there too, so.
A new facility is complete. Moving to sector.
Oh well. Maybe they'll agree to have us in alliance with all 5 factions, and then we don't have to kill anyone.
they'll just kill each other, and then eventually there'll just be one left.
Wait, you are playing the Empire of the Hand. Never mind. So yeah, he would be able to get the Beltist. For some reason, I was thinking because he had the Katana fleet, he was playing as the Empire, but that's not necessary in any way.
Our supporting fleet is moving to attack.
I think
did you scale back some of the damage on the Peltis, or
I did a bit, but it's still pretty powerful. So it's not the scatter shot.
Oh, okay, yeah. You reduced the amount of you reduced it so that it didn't take off the upgrades from the research table, if I remember correctly.
An allied ship is
Yeah, right now the Empire of the Hand doesn't have the bank increases.
So tell them that story. I'm not sure if anybody know if you told them or not.
I don't think I ever told it on stream, but yeah. So we put the Peltist in. We had the weapon bank increases for the Empire of the Hand as a tech, and what ended up happening was
our supporting fleet is moving to attack.
It's supposed to be like a railgun shot. So one single target takes a lot of damage, and then it's high cooldown. But with the target increases on the banks, it would end up shooting 4 things at once. So the Peltis would just rip through entire fleets basically on its own. as long as you had like one other ship to soak up damage, it got pretty ridiculous.
So it kind of acted like what, a scatter shot from the vanilla Titans?
It was basically just a shotgun in FPS.
Captain reporting.
Yeah, it was funny. It was more funny on the idea that you guys were playing together. It was just players. I remember.
Yeah, Miller cheated, essentially, is what happened that game.
He exploited the game.
And this was after the Ceruvi had basically killed everyone in the galaxy, so it was a painful time for everyone involved. Yeah, I need this. I've not been researching at all. I've just been talking. That's how you win.
Well, that's why Corey loses. So.
Hey, he plugged it.
He shot it! He shot it!
Robin has asked me to make sure to mention Comrade Corbin. One of our systems is under attack. An allied ship is under attack.
Oh, my download finished.
Yay! So you're ready significantly before the 12-year anniversary.
Destroyer here.
Yeah, I'm surprised too.
That means you can do it next time.
So, question.
How do you play Sins?
Yeah, that comes later.
How do you install a mod for Sins?
More or less, like I have enabled large address aware.
Don't actually have to do that anymore.
Yeah, I know.
So you can delete that.
Causing any problems?
If you have it enabled, it'll crash now.
Okay, so what do I do?
All you have to do is actually, if you go in game to the options menu and then there's the mods tab in the options menu, it'll tell you the path to your mods folder, and then you just drop it in there, and you go back in game, and you just click enable mod, and it'll create an enabled mods folder for you.
I mean the large address aware.
Oh, you can delete that. You don't.
Yeah, I mean the large address aware thing was just modifying the exit.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? So.
Yeah.
Now my executable is modified, or did it re-download the executable for the new version?
No, it modified the exe, but then with the last version of Sins, Ironclad included it.
Oh, okay.
So you don't actually have to do that anymore, and if you do enable it, then it'll break the game.
Okay.
See, someone asked a little ago, what's the point of making an EAW mod of the 1,000 Years of Peace? And I thought to myself, it could be an economic-based game. There you go.
Off-world trading company mod?
Exactly.
We can go through the years of those built-up regulations that existed that the CIS was pissed off about.
Most of the yellow fleet's at Jerlic, if you want to push in on them.
The full VOD will be up later, Rusty, so ICW 1.0 parts will be up there too. I'll probably split it into 2 parts and then either way.
We got Corey. What is the ugliest ship you can think of? Is that in our game? Let's do 2. What of the ones we've made in the past that we do not want to show ever again, and the and just like in general in Star Wars.
I mean, the original Phalanx has to be up there. Looked like a bathtub. I'll have to post a link somewhere, but on the forums, there's definitely a thread in the Admiral's Lounge or in Members Only with all the original Empire of the Hand models, and they have got to be the bottom of the barrel.
Carrick en route.
But that Nar Shaddaa Star Destroyer is definitely one of the worst canon designs. And I'm not a fan of that bomber from Last Jedi too.
Let me see.
The victory cruiser ready.
Oh, I'm trying to remember what the design looked like.
Alright,
Was it
I'm
the
gonna
one?
grab-
Alright, yellow fleet's at the beacon.
Yep.
Heading towards the middle.
Did I finish hypervelocity gun research? Did.
Gonna start hitting some planets.
One of our systems is under attack.
What did the bomber look like in The Last Jedi? I don't remember.
It looks like a truncated Nebulon B, but obviously smaller because it's a bomber. I didn't like it at all.
Oh.
The
Okay. Gonna look at the trailer because I think that's where it's at.
I have not been doing anything properly this game. I don't know why. I've just been like...
Research complete.
You're having too much fun.
That's it. It's a fun overload.
Or you just want to give them a reason to call you.
It's all a clever ruse. I'm...
Belarus?
The Empire cannot afford such expenditures at the moment.
Yeah, acting like I'm bad at the games, it drives more people to comment, "You suck." And then YouTube, because it sees more user engagement on the videos, it sends more people to watch them. So it's all a clever, multi-layered plan.
It's a ruse. It's all a ruse.
Yeah, not the game rules, just the rules.
Those are some nice fleets you guys have over there.
Spike
Be a shame if something would have happened to them.
A guy asked that what do we think about the new aliens in the new canon?
I only remember, what's her face? Little glasses lady. Who I clearly don't remember very well.
Not very many people do.
The Lucasfilm lady?
The one who's seen your eyes.
Research complete.
You have special eye. That's the one.
Yeah.
Mozzarella Cantina over there? Yeah.
There you go. Can you explain what the Ruins of the Empire Air Progressive GC is? It will, well, I'll do that in the news post. There's something else I might do with that later, but you'll find out soon enough. Even if that's not soon enough.
What are your orders?
And we have a triggered person, then it's a trap.
Research complete. What are your orders?
If there's a fourth Death Star, the Empire just needs to stop, because clearly it didn't work. Were there any Subjugator class vessels in Legends? Yes, because the Clone Wars cartoon is actually based in Legends. And if you read, like, the Essential Guide to Warfare was like the last source book that came out for the Legends continuity, and it had a lot of the Clone Wars stuff in it, which is part of how we made the determination to include a lot of it.
An allied system is under threat.
Because that was sort of the closest thing to a primary source for the mod for the last few years since it came out. The snow is back. These headphones are terrible.
It's not good.
I feel like that girl from The Ring is going to come kill me.
The victory cruiser ready. Captain on deck.
I've been scouring the internet to find this bomber you were talking about.
Really? Can't be that hard. It's like one of the main things that came out of the trailer. One of the only things that came out of the trailer.
I only see the, oh.
A head full.
I didn't know those were bombers. They look like freaking frigates.
I
like
thought they were frigates
or
too.
cruisers or whatever type.
Moving
It's the really small shit.
Yeah, they're
I guess
bombers.
there's, like, strategic bombers like B-52s or something like that.
Yeah, that's what they're based on.
An allied ship is under attack.
Oh no. The Bellator's at Matelos.
I mean,
Mattel.
if you think about it, this ship is like the same type of ship you see in like EVE Online, which looks like a hairdryer.
Carrot Commander here.
They actually changed a lot of their ship
Victory cruiser
designs,
ready.
so they're not like all fucking weird on
Cookie
purpose
cutter.
looking. Yeah.
Cookie cutter or two different. See, that's the problem about trying to create designs that have already been established. So if you're trying to create something that's new, you got to be careful that it's not too new that everyone's just like, this doesn't look like this part of the universe. And then if you if you make the same exact thing that's already been made, which is kind of what we've already seen, then everyone's just like, why'd we spend this amount of money to see or play this when it's the exact same thing?
The Empire cannot afford such expenditures at the moment.
Indeed.
But it's bigger this time.
Yeah,
A new facility is complete.
but you can also find a fine balance.
Moving to sector.
We're doing it basically with every release, but it's doable.
Oh yeah, it's always doable. It's just the it takes a little bit of time, and then it not just so much time as well. It's also do people accept the design? If people accept the design, then well, you did your job and you can move forward.
Space jump complete.
But most there's a good portion, I would have to say almost half the designs that come out for games, like new designs and stuff like that, usually either get rejected or they're just not that popular because nobody really likes it.
An ally has launched a new dreadnought.
I need to fix the team color in the Valaduja after this. We won't be adding any more Clone Wars era fighters and bombers to the Warlord factions.
What?
We'd start going with more obscure ties instead of doing that. I don't even like how many we've already used, honestly.
Moving to
See, I'm not the only one who thought that wasn't a bomber. Like, people in the chat are like, wait, that was a bomber?
Yeah. Like, this is news to me as well. I was like, oh, I thought that was like some like redesigned Nebulon frigate.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first too, but
The
I was
problem
wrong.
I have with that is because as I was trying to look for it, no one seems to confirm the idea that that's something that would be considered a bomber, strategic bomber, or even a fighter.
I think the Lego set is the first thing that did, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Lego, a bunch of stuff got leaked through Lego.
I'm gonna look this up. Lego...
There was like Golden Robe Snoke, Lego Superiority Bomber, and something else. Or I think
There's a lot of corpses here.
Moving to sector.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me!
what?
It's called the Resistance Bomber.
Yeah.
Moving.
But the problem I have with this is that the image that we saw in the trailer, I didn't see wings on it. I only saw the bottom large, the bottom thing that you see on Nebula Bs.
Yeah, I don't think it has wings. I don't think it's supposed to have wings.
Well, the Resistance Bomber has wings.
The Empire
Are you guys starting to attack yellow now?
To be completely honest, I like the wing design better.
Stations on standby.
I mean, it was probably the same in the trailer. It's just you couldn't see it as well because it was just.
You know what? Let me find out.
Our supporting fleet is moving to attack.
Let me find out here. Last Jedi trailer, which should give me an image of what I'm looking for. Yep.
A lot of the use of Clone Wars assets came from just wanting people to not bother us about doing a Clone Wars mod, but that didn't work, and now we're doing a Clone Wars mod, so there's not really any reason to keep doing that. So
We're doing a Clone Wars mod?
No way.
Imperial fleet is under attack.
I think. Oh, there might actually be wings. No, there are wings.
I feel like we're on some journey of discovery with you right now, and it's just warms my little heart.
The problem that we had when it came to looking at the trailer, we're looking at it like directly down the wing, so it doesn't look like it's a wing until you look at the closest ship to us, which it juts out, and we're looking at all the rest of the ships, and we're like, wait, we don't really see it jutting out like that. And so when you look at the Lego and then you piece those together, you're like, oh wait, those are wings. They're like X-foils, except you only got the 2 wings that come out in the very large structure at the bottom.
En route.
Perspective is a bitch.
So there you go, guys. We now know what the ship kind of looks like. It's got 2 wings, and it looks like the Nebulon B frigate front portion of the ship.
Yeah, a lot of us already knew that.
Well, that part, yeah. But no, yeah, you're definitely right. It's definitely more of a strategic bomber.
Oh my god,
So-
what is this?
Found their
So
fleet, guys.
basically-
Where is this?
Moving to sector.
Yeah, sauce beacon. Yeah.
What was that, Dave?
There's a Praetor.
Research complete.
So basically, this ship is the X-wing and the Nebulon B had an ugly child.
Exactly. That's exactly what
A
it
very,
is.
very ugly child.
My God. Disney always finds a way to amaze me and gross me out.
What's the
You head to Coruscant, not Coruscant.
Gerald.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna stop there and turn.
You have a
around.
small fleet and a couple defensive stations.
I think the range on the range on the Golan ones is messed up right now.
Why is it the whole planet?
No, it's about 3 feet.
Actually, I believe wasn't there a Star Wars Rebel fighter that had a very large center fuselage and only 2 wings, and it rotates?
The B-wing?
Yeah, you're right. That's it. So, wouldn't you say that that's where the design came from instead, not so much the X-wing?
I mean, maybe a little, but it looks more like the... It's been... I think they've said it's an Incom thing, which is the people who made or like the company and universe that made the X-wings.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen the Walker, no, so I don't have any thoughts on that.
You mean the Gorilla Walker?
Star Destroyer ready.
Whatever they're doing in The Last Jedi, I haven't seen.
Yeah, it's the Gorilla Walker. Apparently it's huge.
So when you say gorilla, are you saying like gorilla with an E or gorilla with an O?
What?
Like guerrilla warfare or gorilla the animal?
Yeah.
The animal.
Okay, so
The animal.
it's structured like a gorilla, not like a gorilla. Gorilla. Garilla.
Moving to sector.
No, yeah. Apparently, what it basically is a larger body and a larger head with a different design to the head.
Hmm.
So basically, 80-80, but instead of being camels, they're now gorillas.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty big jump.
I mean, you might want to double or triple the size of the AT-AT, but yeah.
Yeah, because everything has to be bigger because that's more epic.
I mean, what was that one? The ancient empire that created the weapon that destroyed everything. It was like the first Death Star.
The Ricotta and the Killix and the Celestials.
Destroy that
target.
With Centerpoint? Or
Gun
Starforge?
Starforge, I think is what it was.
That was more of a make everything kind of thing.
Cruiser ready.
Was it not?
It was a big factory. That's how Revan made his fleet.
Oh yeah.
Siphoned the dark side energy and whatnot, and created ships out of nothing.
It was powered by pure plot.
Moving to sector.
Yeah.
Research.
So would it be
Commander on deck. Star Destroyer
Celestials? Someone
en route.
Yeah, what are those?
Yes, I think
I don't know much about the Celestials. They just come up in some stuff. I think when I was reading Essential Guide to Warfare, they were like the first hyperdrive capable race or something. They end up kind of being like the Sentinel or the Forerunners in Halo.
Oh, okay.
One of our systems.
what was the center point? Who constructed the center point?
I think the Killix did when they were
Yeah.
being controlled by something.
Gimmicks
Yeah.
were these bug things, right?
Yeah.
Target.
To stop
See you later,
that
Cart.
chick.
All batteries open fire.
Oh yeah, Abeloth. That was to stop Abeloth. They made the
Yeah.
Maw with center point to keep the worst part of Star Wars in a black hole area. Yeah.
Destroyer here. All batteries open fire. An allied ship is
So
under
when are we gonna
attack.
create the dark saber?
Oh,
I mean, there's Darksaber, Death Star prototype.
Destroy that
We do need to
target.
come up with a lot more random events, though. Not saying those will be some, just saying that. So it's not all getting completely wrecked by
All
Siruvi
batteries open fire.
and the
We
the
got-
Death Seed Plague.
All
we got to push
batteries
in on
open
one of
fire.
these guys pretty soon. Like I'm gonna wipe away into nothingness. It's slowly turning into like a post-colonialism type of thing with me right now.
What do you
Oh.
want to do?
I mean, if you want to keep things real, Slebber, Jesus.
Freedom.
I don't think you should
Who do you want to go
compare
for?
the effects of colonialism to you being pushed back in a strategy game. That's okay.
Yellow or pink?
We should go yellow. Just bypass their fleet right now.
Is complete.
I think we should just go straight for their, just like make a beeline through Ebac and Kuat and all that stuff.
I mean, Crow
Clean
can just
house.
go,
I can go through the graveyard.
yeah, Graveyard, Balmora, Onderon, and then you're.
Okay. I will meet you in the graveyard.
Ooh. Is that a threat?
It's a promise.
Star Destroyer ready.
Alexa couldn't find the disco hits to the graveyard.
Abeloth was basically the mother of the son and the daughter from the Clone Wars cartoon.
A lot of people in the stream right now are trying to figure out all the words we've used for all the different chip types and structures. I was like, what are these?
A new facility is complete.
Oh god, I found a Bellator.
Where? Which one?
What are your orders?
The yellow one.
Kill it.
Where is it?
That would be a great idea. Thanks, Box. I was unsure of how to proceed here, but now that you've illuminated the way forward for me,
Where is it at?
You're welcome.
Moving to sector.
Always
Uh,
glad to help.
it's at
Larry,
Eclipse.
Larry, I gotta ask you: have you ever watched
Deploying to
any
sector.
anime or
Captain reporting.
sci-fi film in general?
Moving
There
to sector.
always seems to be a case where something new pops out of the woodworks.
You
And
gotta
even
keep
then,
that money rolling in.
If you look at like World War II, it was the same thing. Or World War One, something new always happened every year, or every other every 6 or
Yeah,
so
it's weird how
months.
new things happen all the time. Hashtag hot take.
Doing things changes things.
Especially if you're in a state of war, you're forced to come up with something new to get the advantage over somebody else.
I disagree.
How so?
Ooh, another hot take.
Moving to sector.
I'm not going to be able to use any of my Palpatine techs. I just wanted the Sovereign and some World Devastators, but I won't have enough planets to actually scuttle.
Cruiser ready.
Moment of silence for the Imperial Navy.
Hyperspace jump complete.
I've got to do the news, like the actual written news post for the anniversary too. It's going to be full of random thoughts and ideas that we may never get to. It'll be great.
Research complete.
Are you going to announce the revive of Galactic Uprising there as well?
Oh, for sure. Ages of Star Wars, Galactic Uprising,
I have the
Legacy of
Kingfisher
War.
with 3 separate fleets, so I gotta deal with
Look
it.
at that 360 view, guys. Appreciate it.
I mean, Foch gave me a couple of the Legacy of War models. We could just basically repackage Imperial Civil War and call it Legacy of War.
Captain reporting.
Those were the
An
days.
Imperial fleet is under attack.
I remember the days when you could actually get a job in the gaming industry if you worked on a mod.
Yep, not this mod. I will hold all of you back forever.
Of course.
Well, now you have to have a AAA title under your belt before you can get a job.
That's why we're going into the world of indie development.
Yay!
That's not AAA.
Yeah, we're not going to work for AAA titles. We're going to do early access buggy mods, take all the buggy games, take all the money, run off to an island somewhere, and then we're golden. Never deliver on it. See, now this can be used against me in court if we ever accidentally do that.
You're not going to be able to do exactly what the guys from what was it Firefly or whatever from down in Florida?
Moving to sector.
Which game was
Steve?
that?
Upgrade complete.
No. It was
Cruiser ready.
wasn't a game. It was like a PR event for like Twitter rich kids.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember what
Increase power to
what it was specifically. You just go.
Still think that's kind of funny.
Like, they just had a kegger with all the Kickstarter money.
It's like, what do we do with all this cash?
I mean, we were gonna do some sort of like actual game at one point. I don't know if anyone still wants to do that.
Doing a what?
Like an actual game that we make.
I mean,
New facility is
if
I mean, we
had
can do
the
it.
time.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Just
What
make it
is
a mobile
free time?
game. Just do a mobile game.
Oh, we can do freemium for everything. Like,
You can do like a
Allied ship is under attack.
we'll turn everything into a microtransaction. Like, if you want to shave 3 seconds off the loading time, it costs $5 a week.
yeah. See, that'll make money. I mean,
You-
at least for certain extents, at least.
Well, we can make it so that like you can buy cosmetic upgrade items, so like hats for all the buttons. So each bit of the GUI, you can put a custom hat on,
That'll make money.
Upgrade complete.
and then we'll have holiday themed hats, so you can put like a Santa hat on the start button, and we'll charge like $25 for it.
Sarcasm.
Destroyer here.
I'm dead
Destroy
serious.
that target.
No, what did I do? What did I do?
Can't have a Bellator. Kamas.
I'm being attacked on 2 of my 5 planets right now.
An Imperial fleet is under attack.
We'll attack back.
One of our
You
I
are
fleet over for the Bellator.
you're
Thrawn's
about as
team
useful
colors
as
back.
Fox right now, Davis.
I'm 2
So
jumps
if
out
you-
from Kamas.
If you actually started a game, like if we ever created one, would you want it to be more like Sins or more like Empire
Star
at War?
Destroyer ready.
I want it to be distinct enough from both that we're not going to get in legal trouble. Well, Davis had the idea for the Space Janitor game. That's something we should pursue.
I mean, it wasn't a space janitor thing. That's just you being a dick.
That's the only part of the idea I remember.
I said nothing. Janitor. The word janitor never even came into it.
Okay,
Asshole.
maybe that was my own wishful thinking, but it was something about he wanted to do something
Also,
with
it's
running a
already been done.
spaceship.
It's called Viscera Cleanup.
If you really want to make a game with trying to take up the same type of model as something else that seems to be pretty successful, repackage it with different skins and everything. Just do like a Clash Royale, except in
Destroy
space.
that target.
Well, what I was originally thinking was, I forgot actually. While I was saying that sentence, it'll come to me. It's coming.
Allied
How about we
a
do
city
Amazon
builder,
in
a
space?
city building sim on in Coruscant.
A new facility
That's-
is complete.
That's what Thrawn's Revenge 4 is going to be. It's going to be a mod for City Skylines with all Coruscant assets.
Gun crews fire at will.
The problem with that is that you'll never see the street.
You build up high enough, it just
just upgrade your buildings continuously, and then your buildings just go past the camera. So you just
Bellator's coming
clip
back.
through.
Total
It's
realism.
Aurelius now.
You want to chase it down?
Yeah,
I
I'm
got my
chasing
fleet at Chandrilla.
Yep. I'm
If that-
at
if-
4 leg right now, jumping.
If you were to do that though, you want to do like SimCity instead,
Squadron checking in.
so that you can drive around the city.
Destroyer.
I mean,
Deploying to sector.
does that make up for the fact that SimCity is a far worse game than City Skylines? I don't need their gimmicks in my life.
I mean, you can pretty much drive around in the city though in Skyline.
Yeah.
Can you? I didn't know that.
There's a mod that makes it better to like go inside the car instead of just being like you can follow stuff already. I think the mod just changes the camera angle so it looks more like you're inside the car. I might be wrong about that. I haven't used it myself, but
The Empire cannot afford.
Slorny, do you know what we're?
Wasn't there a mod where you could fly around if you're in a plane as well?
In SimCity, but I didn't know. Is that also in Skyline?
Skyline's really moddable. They left a lot of it open, and it's Unity, so.
Oh, someone's asking you where the playthrough went. By the way, for City Skyline.
I'm gonna be going back to it. I might just switch up to the Mass
Slammer,
Transit
get over here.
update.
I'm moving.
Research complete.
Back your guys off from the build. Well, it's too late now.
They're all in the builder, but most of his fleet.
Destroyer
Oh,
here.
never mind.
I'm like halfway to jumping. You timed it wrong.
En route.
What do you think about my microtransaction Thrawn skin for mobile gaming? We'd get sued, unfortunately. There's only so much we can dip into that Star Wars.
Have you not heard of Disney and EA?
Our supporting fleet is moving to attack. An allied system is under threat.
I'm like, if you haven't known about their business model, or at least not so much their business model, but rather their corporate or law model.
Standing army of lawyers, yeah.
Yeah, they're ready.
It's a very
they're literally
Disney-specific
waiting.
thing to protect their
Reporting.
copyrights.
Attacking.
They basically.
So if you're not familiar with them, it's excusable.
Just ask Angry Joe.
If I remember correctly, the game for the Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth, was
Battle for
taken
Middle
away
Earth,
because that was taken away because of copyright issues, so they couldn't make it anymore.
An Imperial garrison has been eliminated.
Yeah. Also, there was the case of Star Wars Battlefront Legacy, which was a mod which would basically upgrade Battlefront 2 to.
Hey, check out the builder.
Nice.
What the third would have been, and
It was
they
being done by
basically-
that Project Realism group, right? That upgraded Battlefield 2.
Yeah, and they basically took it down just because it would have meant a competition for the EA Battlefront.
Well, that happens a lot with a lot of studios, where if mods are doing something that with an existing IP that they wanted to do, they'll take it down. Like Halo is usually really good about community creations, but there was Halo Gen for Command and Conquer 3 or something, and it was right before Halo
Generals.
Wars. Yeah, it was right before Generals came out, or before Halo Wars came out, and Microsoft shut it down because they were trying to do that. But stuff like Covenant War, Campaign Commander, all that was allowed to continue because it wasn't seen as overlapping as much, and I don't think it had the same high profile. But Microsoft is definitely aware of it.
Cannot afford such expenditures at the moment.
So basically, what you guys are saying is that if a company is taking down a game, it's probably because they're doing the exact same idea or close to it.
Well, that's
Probably
usually when they'll be
yes.
most into protecting the copyright. And there's also, like, you can't really blame them because if they want to have legal control over the copyright, they have to be able to establish that they've taken the steps to control it in the past. And that's what a lot of it comes down to. So they'll usually let people slide with a lot of fan creations, but at a certain point, if there's something that comes up that they need to stop, they have to be able to say they're putting that work in the first place. So it's a lot more
it's a more of a blurred line than just they're all evil because they're trying to stomp out fan creations.
Allied ship is under attack.
Yeah. No, I definitely understand.
An allied system
They're trying to
is
make.
under
They're
threat.
just trying to make sure that people don't aren't able to just download a free version of the game when it's out and ready to buy.
Good work.
Times of war are upon us.
I think that's what people do with the Paradox games. They don't actually buy the DLCs. They'll just install the mods and then be like, "Oh, I'm good."
Yeah.
No, I think the vast majority of people get the DLCs. That's why they keep making them. I have most of the DLCs. 'Cause I
Yeah,
like
same.
Paradox games.
Actually,
Yeah.
I don't think I paid for a single Paradox game. I think those were all gifted.
An Imperial fleet is under attack.
I mean, you went on a super Stellaris bender for months.
That's true, but that was gifted to me because somebody wouldn't stop. He wouldn't stop guilting me. Is what he was doing. He was just like, "Hey man, if I buy you this game, will you play with me?" I'm like, "Well, I'm a little bit busy, but I guess." And he was like, "Okay, cool. Here's the game." I'm like, "Wait, right now?"
Our allies have
Take out
arrived.
those broadcast centers.
I'm pretty much done in this.
Yes, Commander.
Is yellow just
Oh
dropping you in?
I'm down to 3 planets.
no!
Times
Someone
of
protect him.
war are
Get
upon us.
sacrifice one of your planets to Corey
Clearly,
so he can
clearly,
live.
my allies are useless.
We actually finally beat back
We beat
Pink's
Pink's
fleet.
fleet. Let's push it all the way.
Yep.
One of the fighters is still, or one of the things is still missing a hangar bone. I'm gonna try to figure out which one it is. What is this owned by? No squadron host,
Pink.
but it's one of the Empire of the Hand things. It's got to be the katana stuff because it's TIE bombers. Or no, those are Psychas. So it's one of the Empire of the Hand carriers.
See,
Right, I'll have to check
what do you
that.
got? All right, that was actually a good question to bring up. What did you guys think about when it came to the Fallout? That when Battlefront, the recent Battlefront game, when it was released, people were complaining how it felt like you were taking a step back. I mean, the graphics were great, but when it came to the gameplay, there was more gameplay in the older Battlefronts than what we saw from the
Our
release.
allies have proven
Um,
capable of holding
so how did you guys feel about that?
Isn't that just what EA does
An allied ship is under attack.
always?
Ready
Yeah.
for battle. Comlink active.
Buy stuff, use the franchise, and make a bad game, and then drop it.
Wasn't there something about the coding for the game where they weren't allowed to use it?
Ready for
Huh?
I
battle.
don't know.
Where they weren't allowed to use
I
the
remember
code
somebody-
from Battlefront 2? Would they
No,
want to?
I remember someone talking about
Yes,
how
Commander. At once.
everything that was done in the old Battlefront, they were unable to use it. I don't remember if it would have to do with copyright issues
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing.
when it came to technology-wise.
An Imperial
Fake news?
fleet is under attack.
Possibly.
Are you thinking of the old Battlefront 3 with the space-to-ground battles?
Comlink active.
Yeah, maybe that.
Sorry, what?
Like maybe the code issue was with the old Battlefront 3.
Yeah, I think that's
okay.
what happened before they got bought out. Because there was 1313 and Battlefront 3 that were being made, right? And then Disney bought out company, and that stopped being a thing. I might have my timeline wrong on that. I think that was a while
I think
before.
Battlefront 3 died even before that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh. Bye, Justin.
Good luck.
Yeah, I'm pretty much dead. So
Someone give away one of your planets to Corey.
An allied system.
no, I'll still have
This is,
comm for a while. I just can't expand.
Their culture is actually just push. It already pushed me off one planet.
Yeah.
I think they spammed culture stations everywhere.
Sauce has a bunch of culture on it.
How does the culture thing work?
An allied ship is under attack.
There's stations that basically just spread at the lines, and then there's modifiers for how much it spreads based on your research and your factions. Like the New Republic is supposed to have the strongest, but the Pentastar Element AI likes to spam it more than other AIs do for some reason. So.
Okay, and why does it push you off?
It's your the planet's allegiance is tied to your culture being there. So if there's strong enemy culture, you can't colonize the planet, and if like you control a planet and there's strong enemy culture coming into it, it'll eventually overthrow your government there.
They copied my diplomacy system.
This was 2006, Box. You copied their culture system.
Damn.
You just got played.
You can't enforce a retroactive copyright.
You got owned.
Alright, there's a Bellator knocking on my gates here, so...
I find it very funny that as we're looking at your stream, you have two capital ships there, and there's just a never-ending amount of blues just warping into your system. All the yellows coming in are just like, hey, kill it. There goes another one.
I'm gonna kill the things at Farfin. Actually, I'm not gonna worry about that.
There's just a huge train of pink ships going through Dalamar.
Pantaloman?
Yeah,
Pantaloman, and just keep on going through.
You guys are not gonna enjoy what happens at Pantalaman if you go there. Wow. They have a full stack, and they also are getting at least another full stack's worth through there. Let's see.
I have another fleet. I can just get ready to jump. I have another little set of stuff I can bring over to. With the
hey Corey, did you build any like anti-fighter frigates at all?
In this game, not many. I wasn't fighting too many fighters at the start.
Yeah, you might want to build some right now because your capital ships are dying.
I surrendered, so I can't.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm just
so it's just an AI that's fighting?
No, nothing's controlling my forces right now. They're just gonna sit there until they die. I'm gonna be the eye in the sky for our wayward friends over here.
Put your thing on cinematic mode then.
That won't help.
Hey.
No. So we could see, so you can see the battles without the icons hovering above them.
Yeah, once there's a battle going on, I will. But what was that? Someone else said something.
Yeah, at least they have a spy now.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do more good this way than I ever did actually playing.
One of our systems is under attack.
Maybe we should try to make the AI in Imperial Civil War a little bit harder.
Are you not jumping your fleet, Slurred?
Did you just jump?
I'm about to.
Young blood. What? I said I was bringing the Bellator over.
Oh gosh.
Well, now that we have them actually pathing properly between planets, that helps. I'm still trying to work on force compositions, so making them use the right combinations of ships.
Oh no.
How can you even influence that without editing?
One of my ships jumped
a low Nebulon B.
I think
the crush plan you can...
What?
You can play with the stats to make them want to build certain units, and
is that in those AI lures?
Well, there's the unit stats that the AI uses to decide what it wants to build, and then you can play with the composition requirements when they're attacking, but that doesn't change what they're going to build. So that could cause some problems if you fix one of them without the other.
Jump.
Okay.
Part of their fleet's jumping over to Motelos right now. If we stay back over on the back left side.
Oh, there's so many of them.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And the Bellator is on where I would be jumping in actually. So
I'm not sure if the same people who asked the questions up on the in mod DB. But here, 1 second. See if I can answer some of those questions now.
It's gonna be laggy in
I
these big
jumped
fights.
right
There's so
off
many
the
ships.
bunch of buildings.
The guy just asked that what do we think about the new Canon in general?
I mean, it's fine.
Not digging it.
An Imperial fleet is under attack.
I prefer the legend stuff, but it's also had a lot more time to develop that. So I'm gonna reserve judgment until there's 30 years worth of random lore.
Well, I say that basically I like Legend more, and I liked it more because it was a mess.
focus the Bellator down, I guess.
I don't know why it always deletes my alpha channels when I export diffuse maps. I'm gonna have to fix that. Oh well, it's a quick 2-second fix, but still annoying. There's a lot of fleet tenders here. You might want to kill those. We've reached the screenshot simulator stage of sins.
I think we can drop the Bellator down fast enough.
Hopefully.
When it's surrounded by star galleons, is going to be a little bit harder, but
Well, I'm gonna have to go soon, so question to the chat. Any questions about stuff I'm working with? So basically, Tashkent League.
It's all laggy.
they can also post them on the forums if you leave before, too, and either you or me, we can discuss it more there. So thronsrevenge.com/forums.
Nah, we're dropping the whole points quick.
Yeah.
Should be able to get it.
Has been eliminated.
Well, I'll still be here for about 15 minutes, but that's not much.
That's probably the Antigo you're looking at, Caesar. The Phalanx is still same.
Good work. Okay.
Wait, where's the Peltis at in the in that whole fight?
Oh, there's a Peltist over here. One's named the Magnificence. Jesus, the frames are dropped. This is just...
What fleet size did you have it at?
I might have had it on the biggest. I was testing something on biggest, and I don't think I changed it before the game.
Oh, okay. That's probably why. Their
I do
fleet
need to
is
scale up
absolutely
the
massive.
Peltist in Ascendancy. It was... I already scaled it up more in ICW, but no one's seen it in ICW yet. I think this is the first time anyone's actually seeing it in game.
It was in the
Oh, well, it was in the preview thing, right?
the single unit retreat, right?
Yeah. This is the first time anyone's seeing it actually do anything. Box.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's possible. Yeah, that's pretty easy. Just grant shields and take it away from the other.
For leech shields.
Alright, check out one of the golems.
Yep. Cool.
No.
I forget how that ability works, but
Yeah.
like if you're just doing it with the target, tracking the target, and then using the modifiers to give shields over time, then that'd be pretty simple. I've got the new Antigo model done. I just need to... and UV'd. I just need to texture it. It looks alright in Sins, but in Empire at War it looks so bad. It's kind of like the Lucre Hulk. Sins is covering up some of their bad points, but they're still clearly terrible.
One of our
The
systems
Lucre
is
thingy?
under attack.
Alright, I'm gonna zoom out a little just to see what's going on elsewhere. What time is it? 2.5 hours.
PM. But I'm gonna try to see if I can answer some questions that were on for the Peltist when we posted it. There was people asking some questions. So whether or not they're here or if they see the video, I guess depends.
Yo has a big fleet pound on Coruscant.
Ooh, there's a Viscount.
My stations are slowing it down, but
You guys might actually win this.
If we can take Pink out with this push, hopefully.
Luckily, all their fighters are going to chase Tanner's improperly spawned ones.
we got another part of my fleet heading in from Dolomar.
Okay. Try to individually select these guys. It'll help speed us through and not hit the fleet tenders.
Luger Hulk's almost dead.
About
The
the
Viscounts,
mobile,
What was that?
sorry, about the mobile shield generators. It's basically almost doable by simple game engines. I'm not sure if it's completely possible, but in Forces of Corruption there was a unit, the MDU, was it basically able to move then deploy.
Going for a ISD2.
It
Yeah.
had a shield generator model.
Yeah, you can make the bubble shields, but I think what he's saying is instead of it actually making a bubble shield, it just powers up the shield to the stuff around it, which is also possible. Both are possible. We used to have the Carriac as like a giant bubble shield, because it used to be called the Carriac shield ship, and it would just float around and give AoE shielding, like the MDU did. But it was really bad for pathing, so... Will the Luger Hulk get a retexture in ICW? Yeah, it's going to be a completely new model and skin for Fall of the Republic. It won't be in 2.2. I'm not going to do that yet, because we kind of just need to get the art for the remaining Empire of the Hand and Warlord stuff. But then after that, for hopefully the first release of Fall of the Republic, we'll have the new Luger Hulk, and that'll mean the next Imperial Civil War release should have it as well. Same with the Providence.
Yeah. So I don't see many questions towards the Dashkan League, so I think I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, I think it's been
almost midnight.
Yeah, it's been 2.5 hours, so I think we're gonna end the stream there. And then, if anyone has any further questions for any of us, we do have the forums at thrawnrevenge.com, and we also have the mod database links. All that'll be in the description of the video. I'm gonna release the whole thing. Just post the whole videos. Probably split it into the ICW stuff and the Ascendancy stuff. And then everyone who wasn't here for part of it or wants to watch the whole thing, they can do that. But thank you for watching, everyone, and thank all of you for coming to the team.
Yes, thank you. And you're welcome.
Yep, you're
always welcome.
Yep.
It was nice to be with you guys.
Here's to another 10 years of gainful employment.
What
Funny thing is, I've spoken to most of you for the first time today.
Yep.
Same here.
I like to work in the shadows.
You're all like little cells. The more I keep you separated, the less my authority can be challenged. So there's not going to be a mutiny.
Go through Cory.
So basically, you're Mon Mothma, and we are the rebel set.
We have the team channels. You're all there. It's just you all choose to only talk to me. All right. On that note, now that you've broken the illusion, guys, thanks.
No problem.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Well.